Cinderella. First half, the Spartans playing well. Roy Hammonds to Sam Allen, who lays it in, gets fouled by Tony Delp, and the Spartans were up early. Kentucky, poor shooting early. Anthony Epps off from 3. Ron Mercer misses. Kentucky did shoot, though, 49% in the first half, but San Jose State shot 61%. Breaking the press, Olivier St. Jean to Jahi Bacon. Stan Morrison's team is in there, but then Tino's catch just too strong. Shepard to Antoine Walker for the monster dunk. Cats still only by 6 points at halftime. Second half, big run as San Jose State just ran out of gas. Walker and McCarty for the spinning layup, and on the ensuing inbound pass, Dick, look at the press. They come up there, make the steal. Great basketball behind the back pass.
Super low, great cut without the basketball. So versatile, they're big guys. Walker and McCarty can go inside, outside. They showed a lot of emotion in the second half. No emotion there. It's over.
Yeah, if there were 30-minute games, it would be a 8-9 game. The Hokies knew they'd be in for a battle. You got to be patient when you play the Wisconsin Green Bay team. Ace Custis catching the air ball in the putback. Hokies led early. Custis, 9 points in the first half. Sean Good, a great first half. Gets inside in traffic. Good had 13. The Hokies took an 8-point lead. Wisconsin Green Bay pulling close behind Jeff Nordgaard. Nordgaard again. And Wisconsin Green Bay suddenly down only 2. But then Sean Good answered again. The 3 and the foul. A 4-point play. Hokies back up by 6. Custis contributing. Sean Smith, entry pass, Custis, the big finish. And gradually, Virginia Tech was able to pull away after Green Bay made it close. Nordgaard the 3. They got back within 5 with 1:14 to go. But Ben Berlowski misses the 3 in traffic. And slowly, methodically, Virginia Tech holds on 61-48. 13 early. But then Harry Kennedy, the 3-pointer, in Central, hanging around, down only 4 points just before halftime. Edgar Padilla intentionally fouling Tony Castle. UMass only up 6 points at that point. Castle 2 free throws. UMass by only 4 halftime. Then the steal on Harry Kennedy and the layup by Padilla. Padilla again on consecutive possessions. UMass coming up with steals, converting the baskets in transition. Padilla helping UMass to a 14-point lead. Canby, a rough afternoon. Bang, hitting the front of the head there by Reed Kettler. Canby would leave the game and get some stitches in his forehead. He would leave behind some blood on the floor. He would come back, finish the game. Actually, Canby got knocked down again. The 3 knockdown rule was in effect, but he managed to stay on his feet after those 2 knockdowns. And Mass wins it 92-70. The second consecutive time playing a game that starts about 9 o'clock Pacific time. Billy Wright the steal, and there's the lay-in right there. Bradley, just a brilliant game from Anthony Parker. He was the lone bright spot for Bradley, draining the 3 right there. Then Knight. Look at him knifing through the Bradley defense, Dick.
I'll tell you, he's one of the 3 best point guards in America, along with Allen Iverson, Jock Vaughn, and Brevin Knight. He was sensational, had 26 points. He wanted to go to Seton Hall where his dad played. They said no, baby.
Bradley got back within 7 on that steal. Then the nice passing to Parker around the screen. Parker 8 for 10 threes. He had 34 points. The rest of the team had 24. Deion Cross answers right back with the 3, so the Stanford backcourt gets it done. First bucket of the NCAA tournament for you trivia buffs. Then Allen trailing with the throwdown.
That's what he's got to do more often. Attack the basket, Ray. You got to attack the glass.
Key play here. Ricky Moore, the fine point guard who's come on late in the year for UConn, goes down hard, lands on his shoulder, had been given in trouble. He would not return. O'Donnell Foyle with the dunk on Travis Knight. Then Seth Schaefer, the sophomore sharpshooter for Colgate, got hot. Hit a couple of them. Foyle grabs the rebound, the putback. O'Donnell Foyle, very much a Big East type player. The sophomore can play with anybody in the country. Daron Sheffer would take over after Moore got hurt. He's been struggling lately, but nice penetration. The foul, and it counts. Sheffer stepped up, had 19 points. Tim Calhoun says his team played well in spurts, didn't play well in spurts. Colgate comes back, makes this game look a little closer than it actually. Number 8. Jeff Capel to Chris Collins. These guys would have to play well for Duke to have any chance. They'd have to bury some threes, and the Blue Devils did get an early lead. Then the steal by Torrey Mills takes it the other way. A 7-zip Eastern Michigan run. The game was tied at half. Zajac, the pass to Brian Tolbert for the reverse lay-in. Eagles began to pull away as the backcourt was getting it done. Then Zajac the block. Derek Dial to little Earl Boykins, who weaves his way in for the layup. Boykins would lead all scorers with 23 points. Duke trying to come back. Collins Greg Newton for the dunk. Dukie's back within 5, but eventually Eastern Michigan pulls away. Dial the miss. Look at him follow this shot for the hoop and the foul. And Eastern Michigan hands Duke its worst loss in the NCAA tournament since that Final Four semifinal 30-point loss. Bobcats, Dan Sullivan drills the 3, and Syracuse was down 7 early.
Well, they're an experienced club that can really drill the 3, but here comes Mr. Wallace, baby. The super little Jam City.
Todd Bergen, an up-and-down ball game. Here he'll feed Otis Hill, who throws it down. Orange would lead by 4 at the half.
The front court was sensational today. Bergen had 17, Wallace 18, and Hill 15.
There's the dunk by Bergen ahead of the field. Scott Hatlin feeling backdoor here. Alley-oop slam. The Bobcats would get back within 8. But the orange is too much. Otis Hill.
Super spin move in the lane. The power guy was 7 for 9. Played brilliantly. Syracuse shot 57%.
Once again, Otis Hill having very little trouble against the smaller Bobcat front line, knifing it and dunking it. Syracuse wins it by 30.
Melmeth had to get it done. Melmeth, the hook, the air ball. But the Utes got on track. Ben Caton knocks down the 3, a 7-0 run, up 7 on the school from Buffalo. And Rick Majerus gets Brandon Jesse going. Baseline, fall away. Utah up 15 at the break. Second half, Melmeth gets on track. Jesse draws the defense. The dish there, 42-27. Then Jesse steps outside the arc, knocks down the 3. Mark Rydalk also, all Utah. They moved comfortably, beating Canisius 72-43.
They had a great performance out of Brandon Jesse today. He really...
28. Shannon Anderson, the spin move. Bulldogs up 2. Clemson has an answer. Tom Wiseman, the turnaround inside, tied at 30. But here comes the Georgia run. Terrell Bell gets the rebound, gets the stick back. W. Smith's team tough inside tonight. Clemson with an answer. Yakunis with the 3 from the outside. He hits another 3. We're tied again at 38. But here's the Clemson run. Greg Buckner, one of the key guys here, as Clemson would move out to as big as a 3-point lead when Terrell McIntyre feeds Buckner for the jam. But here comes Georgia and Carlos Strong.
Carlos Strong, big, tough inside player. They got 5 seniors that start. I think that experience just took over with guys like Anderson, Strong, and Bell.
Digger, a 7-point win for Georgia.
Well, I'll tell you, this is the only 8-9 seed that won in the first rounds, but
4-13. Monmouth's Jack Gordon hits the tough layup, and the Hawks had the early lead. Still feeling it. Corey Albano gets the loose ball. 2 of his 14. And Mike Dean, who's been on the other end of upsets like this in the tournament. Can his 4 seed get it going? A little start now. Crawford, the tough turnaround off the glass and the foul. Marquette up 7. Then Aaron Hutchins, the tough little guard, hits the fall-away jumper. He had 12 at the break. Marquette up 10. The second half, more Hutchins picking up where he left off, and Amal McCaskill, who's a factor for this team.
McCaskill, great shot blocker inside, really works the glass, good offensive rebounder, tough inside competitor.
Marquette, a 68-44 win. Western Carolina, second half, less than 5 minutes left, and Quell McCullum hits the 3. This game is tied at 71. The senior Kevin Cullum comes to the free throw line, chance to give his Western Carolina team the lead. He missed both free throws. It was 71-71 with 2:25 left. Same score, $1:45 left. Brad Miller gets the rebound, feeds Roy Harrison. Was his foot on the baseline? Tough to tell, but Brandon Brantley left alone for the jam. Purdue by 2. Closing seconds now. It's Purdue by 2. McCollum the drive. Harrison the big block. But there would be one more chance after Miller misses the 1-and-1. Western Carolina down 2. A 3 wins it. A 2 forces overtime. Joel Fleming ball in his hands. Here's the 3 for the win. And a chance for Joe Stafford. Just off the mark. Purdue lucky to get out of here. Western Carolina played much better than a 16 seed tonight, guys.
I'll tell you, they played brilliantly. They really did. They really operated effectively, both defensively.
Drexel, Malik Rose, if you don't know about him, well, you're going to learn about him after this tournament. He hits the hoop there. Lorenzen Wright comes back at 16 points and 10 boards, but Rose a big factor inside for Drexel.
I'll tell you, big power guy in the box. Look at the little spin move, the drop step. He's for real, baby. This Rose really shines.
He had 12 in the first half. Drexel was up 10 at the break. Then they start knocking down threes. Mike Durock is the 3. Malik Rose kicks it out to David Fry. Drexel led by as many as 18. Memphis tried to answer. Garner the lob to Cedric Henderson, but more Drexel. Over the defense, Cornelius Overby. Drexel, they've been there 3 years in a row. Finally got us Abdur-Rahim had his problems with Kelvin Cato of Iowa State, who beats Rahim on the defensive end. Then Cato, down low, muscling past Rahim to lay it in. We are learning a lot about this Iowa State team here in the last 5 days, aren't we? On the inbounds, McQueen's pass stolen by Dedrick Willoughby. Iowa State up 8 early. Rahim was frustrated by the defense tonight as well. Good defense inside, and on the run out, it's Willoughby. He had 14-point Iowa State lead at the break. One guy showed up for Cal tonight, Tremaine Folks. He had 26 points. Cal got back in it, making a run, got it within 1, but too much Cato in the end, and Iowa State beats Cal by 10.
Well, what happens with Sharif Abdur-Rahim?
To earth after the great win against Kentucky in the SEC title game. They shot 4 of 19 in the first half, and their lead was just 4. 20 turnovers for State, as well as the poor shooting for Dante Jones and company. And VCU making them pay. Patrick Lee, the hoop, a 6-point game. The 12 seed thinking upset with Eric Dampier on the bench with 4 fouls. Bernard Hopkins, one of those low, wide guys on Sonny Smith's team. 22 points, 11 boards. The lead changing hands several times in the second half. VCU getting all kinds of chances here to win this game. Whit Hughes threw it away. Mississippi State, Richard Williams' team let VCU stay around. They're down 3. You see the situation late in the game. Ivan Chappelle doesn't protect the ball. It's Hughes who threw it away earlier, coming away with a steal. Mississippi State survives and wins by 7 on the coaching side of it. First half, Danny Earl hits the 3. He's the guy who Penn State needed to be the general. Nittany Lions down 1 early, but Kareem Reed, the beautiful reverse lay-in. Arkansas by 3, and then Penn State just went cold, and they couldn't afford to have that happen. 7 of 30 behind the arc. Dunn's team down 8 at the break. Second half, Darnell Robinson blocks Matt Gaudio. On the other end, Reed to Antoine Hall. Arkansas by 14. Gaudio missing a layup again. Phil Williams, no, they couldn't get it to go. A poor shooting night for Penn State. This is the kind of night it was for Arkansas. Even the bad things went good, and read all about it. The Hogs are moving on by 6.
The defending national champs, UCLA. Second half, Princeton steals the ball. Mitch Henderson, Sidney Johnson, the bounce pass, the lost start. We're tied at 41. After a Princeton intentional foul, Cameron Dollar missing the first free throw. Pete Carell concerned, and yes, that's a look of concern. That's not Dollar Bill, missing the second. Still 41-41, 8 seconds left. This is fun. DeMantle, Steve Goodrich, Gabe Llewellyn, backdoor textbook. Princeton up 2, 43-41. Confusion over the game clock. UCLA gets an extra 9/10 of a second.
Get it inbound. Gets it into Toby Belly. Spins toward the baseline. Sizes up a shot. His shot is no good. And the Princeton Tigers have defeated the UCLA Bruins 43-41. There will be a new champion in the NCAA as the defending national champions have been eliminated by the upstart Princeton Tigers.
Devastating loss for UCLA, down by Princeton 43-41. Meanwhile, the biggest win of Pete Carell's long career, and what many